Liverpool's worst fear has become reality as the Reds' $51 million star has decided to leave in a nightmare scenario. Alexander Isak's move to Liverpool is definitely not impossible this summer. Liverpool star upset after Reds Chiefs went back on their word amid crazy money escape offer. Hello, Reds fans! Come check out the latest updates from the greatest club in the world. Liverpool defender Ibrahima Konate has decided he wants a new challenge, paving the way for a potential departure amid interest from Real Madrid. The decision comes after the player expressed dissatisfaction with the contract offer presented by the Reds, which reportedly fell short of expectations and left him disappointed, according to French outlet Foot Mercato. Although Liverpool has had a busy and successful transfer window, the club may now have to deal with the loss of another key player. Jeremiah Frimpong and Florian Wirtz already joined from Bayer Leverkusen for $29 million and $116 million respectively. Backup goalkeeper Armin Pexi was also signed for $1.5 million, while left-back Milos Kerkez was officially announced on Thursday following his $40 million move from Bournemouth. On the other hand, Gerald Konsa left Anfield to join Bayer Leverkusen for $35 million, intensifying Liverpool's search for a replacement, with Crystal Palace's Mark Guehi being the top target. However, with Konate's potential exit, sporting director Richard Hughes may now be forced to bring in two new centre-backs before the window closes. According to The Guardian, Liverpool had already feared losing Konate in the coming months, especially after he rejected the club's renewal offer. Negotiations between the parties are said to have stalled, with sources claiming the 26-year-old French defender was unhappy with the proposed salary structure. The contract was heavily performance-based, and Konate's representatives have reportedly demanded a higher base wage. One reason for the delay in talks was the club's focus last season on renewing the contracts of Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, who both signed new 2-year deals in April. This left Konate lower on the club's list of priorities. Foot Mercato also reported that the defender is leaning toward following in Trent Alexander-Arnold's footsteps, playing one more season at Anfield and then leaving on a free transfer next summer, potentially joining Real Madrid or another club offering better terms. Liverpool is concerned about the possibility of losing Konate for free and is keen to resolve the situation during this transfer window. The club still considers the center-back a key part of the squad and is attempting to restart renewal talks. If no agreement is reached, the board may look to sell him for around $51 million to avoid a financial loss in the future. For now, the decision rests entirely with Konate.
Liverpool's search for a top-class striker may be pointing toward a standout name, Alexander Isak of Newcastle United. And for us Reds fans, that possibility is far from out of reach. On the contrary, according to journalist Lewis Steele of the Daily Mail, it's definitely not impossible for the Swedish striker to swap St. James Park for Anfield this summer. Speaking on the Whistleblowers podcast, Steele provided an update that surely sent a chill down the spines of Newcastle fans and ignited hope among us Reds. He said there's a real possibility of Liverpool making a move for Isak. The fact that Newcastle is already handling finances and transfer fees suggests that something could be in the works. Isak is coming off a spectacular season with the Magpies, scoring 23 Premier League goals. He's exactly the type of forward every top European club dreams of: fast, technical, tactically sharp, and deadly in front of goal. Naturally, Newcastle wants to keep him, and according to The Times, they're preparing a new contract offer worth more than €150,000 per week to try to fend off growing interest from other clubs. Despite having 3 years left on his current deal, Isak is still subject to intense speculation. Steele estimates there's about a 30% chance he could end up wearing the Liverpool shirt this window, a considerable possibility, especially if the player himself sees Anfield as the next logical step in his career. One advantage for Liverpool lies behind the scenes. Sporting director Richard Hughes is close friends with Newcastle manager Eddie Howe. According to Steele, if Isak were completely off the market, Hughes would already know. The fact that his name is still being mentioned suggests there's room to negotiate. Former referee and Newcastle fan Mark Clattenburg also gave his thoughts on the podcast. He admitted that a potential Isak sale would spark outrage among Magpies fans. In his words, every player has a price, and Newcastle's reported $200 million valuation is likely more of a warning signal than a real asking price. Still, he warned that if the club sells Isak, the fans will go crazy. Newcastle is supposed to be building to challenge Liverpool and Manchester City, and selling their star striker now would be a step backward. Newcastle now faces a dilemma. Right now, Isak has great market value. But if he stays and runs down his contract, the club could find itself in a similar situation to what Liverpool recently faced with Trent Alexander-Arnold, a key player nearing the end of his deal with the risk of leaving for less or for free. That makes this summer a crucial moment to define Isak's future. As a Liverpool fan, it's hard not to get excited about this potential signing. Isak is young, commanding in the box, skillful with the ball, and composed, qualities that some of our current forwards still struggle to deliver consistently. With Firmino gone and Darwin Núñez yet to fully convince, bringing in a talent like Isak would be more than just a signing. It would be a statement that Liverpool is ready to return to the top. We know this won't be an easy deal. The price is high, and Newcastle's management is doing everything possible to keep their main star. But if Liverpool is truly prepared to invest, and if Isak is open to the challenge of playing at Anfield, the dream could become reality. The window is still open, and until it closes, we keep believing. Because when Liverpool is involved, on the pitch or in the market, we believe until the end. And picturing Alexander Isak celebrating goals in front of the Kop is the kind of dream worth dreaming.
Luis Diaz is reportedly unhappy with Liverpool's management amid a contract stalemate and growing interest from both Europe and Saudi Arabia. According to Colombian journalist Pipe Sierra, the player and his team are upset with the club's decision-makers, particularly sporting director Richard Hughes, as they believe Liverpool has gone back on their word regarding both a new deal and a potential transfer. Diaz, 28, joined Liverpool in January 2022 from Porto for £37 million. Since then, he has become a key figure in the squad, scoring 17 goals and providing 8 assists last season, playing a major role in the Reds' second Premier League title. His current contract runs until the summer of 2027, and he and his representatives have been discussing an extension for the past 6 months. However, talks have stalled recently, especially following interest from major clubs like Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Al Nassr. There has been speculation that Diaz's agent has used this transfer interest as leverage to improve his client's salary terms. Still, no concrete proposals have materialized. Barcelona's sporting director, Deco, even admitted interest in Diaz last month, saying, "We like Diaz," while also naming Marcus Rashford as a player they admire. However, the likely signing of Nico Williams from Athletic Club appears to rule out any chance of Diaz heading to Camp Nou. In a post on X, Pipe Sierra stated, "Exclusive. Luis Diaz and his team are upset with Liverpool's stance. They feel the club has gone back on their word once again. This happened before with his contract renewal, and now it's happening with the possibility of a transfer." Following Sierra's update, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano also weighed in via his YouTube channel. He confirmed Al Nassr's interest in Diaz and reiterated that he is one of their top attacking targets. According to Romano, it would have to be a huge offer for Liverpool to even consider letting the Colombian leave this summer. Al Nassr wants a winger, and Diaz is one of their dream targets. But now the decision is up to the player, whether he wants to stay at Anfield, accept the crazy money from Saudi Arabia, or wait for a solution in Europe, Romano explained. So far, there has been no significant progress on a new contract with Liverpool, and the club is unwilling to entertain offers below £60 million. The question now is, what path will Luis Diaz choose? Stay with the Reds, seek a new challenge in Europe, or accept a lucrative offer from Saudi Arabia? Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you next time.